get to Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders. WBO ruling clearing the path for a potential 2020 clash, writes Jake Donovan. We're thinking here, Rob. Do we think we get a Canelo Saunders fight? I think Callum Smith has also been mentioned as a possible opponent. And plus, Eddie Renaso coming out and saying that no, we didn't give up our WBA regular belt. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do we think that's all an indication that Canelo is going to 168 and not going all the way back down to 160?
Yeah, and there's a definite, despite DAZN's wishes, the Triple G trilogy is not on the cards for May, I don't think.
I so want that fight over with.
I don't know. There seems to be some kind of confidence. I know Eddie Hearn does talk a lot and says a lot of things, but there does seem to be some confidence that it will be Billy Joe.
I know Eddie Hearn talks a lot. It's like, yes.
No, but I mean,
sky is blue.
And he says everything, there's always a, but there just seemed to be a little bit more, you know your own family, right? You can see it in their eyes. It doesn't seem to be so much sort of.
And plus, I'll be honest, I think Canelo absolutely sees Billy Joe Saunders as food.
I think he sees everybody as food.
But in a different way. Because Billy Joe is one of those guys that for a period of time, the internets was saying, oh, he's the guy to give Canelo issues at 160. Right?
He is, but...
No, but that's what the internets were saying.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Yeah. That was the blueprint on Canelo is a boxer that can move.
Yes. And I think Canelo Alvarez is absolutely online and on social media just lurking. Like, I 100% believe that he's the type of guy to not have a real, he has a social media account, but he has a burner account that he's on all the forums. He follows all the the Twitter people, and he makes sure that he sees and hears everything because that's what top level sociopath athletes do. A la Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant.
It must make him hungry because everyone sort of brings up beef.
I guarantee you there are certain names like Andrade, Billy Joe that are on his hit list because they've been talked about from the fandom a lot as those are the guys to give him issues. I thought he was going to go to an Andrade fight, I'll be honest. I thought that would make a lot of sense, but I don't think he wants to go back down to 160.
I wouldn't advise from 175 straight down to 160.
No, you're probably right. Probably right.
I think
a bad idea.
If you're going to do middleweight again, go via super middleweight first, right? I think, but yeah. I mean, look, the old adage about Saunders is when he's up for it, he's fantastic. When he's not, he makes everything look hard work. It's difficult because we know that performance can be it with it, in him to do. But let's be honest, an absolute masterclass against David Lemieux, but it's David Lemieux. We're talking about Canelo now, so I don't know. I think it could be an interesting fight. Definitely a mixture of cultures when it comes to a press conference. I was just looking then. I thought I had my sexy motherfucker soundbite, but I don't have it. But no, I don't know. Whatever Canelo chooses, I don't think it's going to get a lot of people that excited at the moment.
Well, because I think he's one of those guys where he has exceeded all expectations. So you jumped up 2 weight classes and knocked out Sergey Kovalev the way you did. You have to do something even better now to meet our expectations of you.
Yeah, it's difficult, right?
Going and fighting guys like Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders 2 years ago would have seemed like amazing fights for Canelo Alvarez that are really tough. Now they seem they're afterthoughts. Those are the small fights for him. Are those ones?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's difficult to find that guy out there that's going to make everyone go, oh, I can't wait for this fight,
But sorry, to the point, Billy Joe Saunders, he's definitely not that guy because, oh my God, there's no way all those new fans that KSI Logan Paul 2 created came away from that night saying, you know what? I want to see the next Billy Joe Saunders fight.
He got 10,000 extra followers.
That was the roughest fight I have ever seen. I legit put my head down and tried to fall asleep just to get past it.
But then the big knockout woke you up.
It actually was a good knockout. No, that was exciting. No, it was. Yeah. Like, that was actually a good knockout.
I mean, he needed it, you know?
Well, anything was going to be entertaining at that point. Anything.
Yeah.
And then David Haney came on and put on just a great fight afterwards. Oh, we were all primed up, ready for that KSI Logan Paul fight.
Exactly. So, you know.
Billy Joe Saunders, oh my God. I'll be honest, he has more bad fights than good fights. He's like the Star Wars movie universe. There's more bad ones than good ones.
Take that back.
You know it's true. Give in to the dark side.
No, I can't.
I watched Last Jedi again last night. It was rough.
Just keep it.
Mary Poppins, man. Mary Poppins. That just moment kills me.
Just keep it professional from now on. We're no longer friends.
We're not here.
Look, Billy Joe Saunders. I think he has wanted a big fight for so long, and it just hasn't happened. He hasn't had that big moment. And yeah, I don't know. He's just, failed to flatter us, like we're not like sat in anticipation waiting for the next Billy Joe Saunders fight. He's got a style and a knockout percentage that doesn't lean that way anyway. But when those performances kind of leave you a little bit, it is tricky. But I think let's see him finally in that big fight, and then we know, and we can either go, whatever, another Billy Joe, Billy Joe, I had a go, he had his chance, but he wasn't what he said he was. Or he comes out and surprises a lot of people, and we can say, damn, he really did need that big test to bring out the best in him. But I think we see that with quite a few fighters on a different level. Well, we've seen it, look, Fury against Wilder. Great performance against one of the dangerous punchers in the history of the sport. Schwartz, whatever, and then struggled with Wallin. Just to take nothing away from Wallin, but when you're saying you're the greatest heavyweight, you deal with guys like that, I guess. But
instead of getting touched up.
Yeah. Well, say instead of getting 45 stitches in your face. So, I mean, Wallin did try and rip his actual face off. But
it would be the cut of the year if it wasn't for Sinessa Estrada versus Marlon Esparza, where she literally was getting scalped in front of a national audience.
You saw her skull. I mean, that's enough now.
And quickly, PSK saying, hey, man, Mandalorian is okay. First off, Mandalorian's amazing. Secondly,
I'm behind.
I'm sorry, Rob. I'll get you the episode as fast as possible. If people only knew the method it was for me to get you the episodes of Mandalorian, they would understand our friendship. I said just movies for Star Wars. I just want to make that very clear. Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, fantastic works of art. But that's not the movies. Those are the TV shows. Digressing, though. Canelo Alvarez fighting. It's weird. Like, it's the same way as, like, the big fighters, like Mayweather, Pacquiao. Like, when they fought guys that were still great fighters, but maybe weren't the greatest names, it didn't click on all cylinders for the fans. That's where you would get a dip in pay-per-views. Like Robert Guerrero, who was still a legitimate great fighter at the time when Mayweather fought him, but he wasn't anyone people wanted to really see at the time. Billy Joe's kind of that guy in a way. Like, he's still a really good fighter, really, really good champion, really good matchup for Canelo, but it's just not the fight that I think anyone really wants to see right now, to be honest. Like, the momentum has almost shifted past those names of a year or two ago for Canelo. Like, you don't hear Jamal Charlo, Billy Joe Saunders, Andrade mentioned as much with fans. You hear Peturbiev. You hear things like Andre Ward. Right. You hear, like, these insane matchups because that's now what he has built his career off of in a way right now in the last couple of years, is these insane matchups where he just fights these guys. It doesn't matter the weight, the height disadvantage. He's knocking out and trashing these fools.
Question.
Yes.
If I can't get through it. If Okoli wins the WBO cruiserweight title against Glowacki,
he's not.
Does Canelo use his super champion status?
Why are you doing this, Rob?
And we get Canelo Okoli.
Do you just want to piss me off?
I'm just asking you a question. Is that something he would do? Would he?
No.
If all right,
no. Look. Rob, if Canelo fights Okoli, I am selling you all the rights, everything of MCR, and you become boss, and you can make all the money off of MCR.
Yes. Make it happen, Eddie. Get it done.
There is no way in God's green earth we see
December 15th. T-Mobile.
There is no way in hell we see Canelo versus Okoli in any lifetime, in any universe, period.
September 15th, Manchester Arena. Manchester Independence Day.
Imagine Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican champion, on Mexican Independence Day going to the UK to fight Lawrence Okoli.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Getting tied up for 12 rounds and then knocked out late in the 12th.
God, give me strength.
Okay. Okoli, the face of boxing. Let's go.